What's up, fams? This is EEPMON, and you're tuned in to the late night channel Eeps, episode 22, magic number 22, master number 22. Today, I was thinking about what I should talk about, and I would like to touch upon the topic of trying something new. Do something new, something different, whether it's leveraging your previous experiences, getting your feet wet into the realm of uncertainty, and why I think it is healthy and very important for us creators to continue to innovate and not get stuck into the how should I say, status quo, or the the complacency side of things, because it's so easy for us to, I don't know, it's something about human beings, I guess. Like, we're all kind of wired or programmed in a way to think that, oh, it's something that works for me currently, and I don't feel like it. I don't feel like trying something new. I like how it is. I like my own habitat. Um, it's just not worth it. But at the same time, we also say to ourselves, oh, what if only if I did this, or if I did that kind of thing. I'm not sure what I'm getting at, but basically, trying something new takes courage. It takes effort. It takes a lot of energy to get out of an existing mode that we had created for ourselves. Perhaps it's something to do with the human survival, or that sort of survival mechanism that conditions us to always play it safe, or do the things that have been most familiar. I want to give an example, and this is by no means like shilling or anything like that. Well, maybe there's a bit of element to this, but it's about Eepverse. This thing here, this monkey. I created EEPMON like a long time ago, but I always wanted to have my own EEPMON characters, my own mascots. I used to call it the world. Welcome to the world of Eeps. But I never really figured out what would be the best way of doing it, or the best approach to make this happen. Meanwhile, with EEPMON, it's my alias, and I'm a digital artist, and I create digital works for different clients. But never did I create something that's really about my world, my playground, my world of Eeps, of characters, until the world of NFTs came into being into my life. And I'm sure many of you who are watching might be rolling their eyes and go, NFTs, oh my god, it's a scam, blah blah blah. But at the same time, for me, a lot of my friends and peers are saying to me, why aren't, like, when NFTs, I didn't get into NFTs until 2021. And it was really hard for me to get in there, because it was something new. I didn't know how to get in there. I just didn't know what the right angles, who are the right people, what I gotta do. I was also at the point, even in 2021 during pandemic, that it was like, I've been traveling so much. I've been doing a lot of digital art, And I was just I was actually falling into the trap of complacency and thinking, maybe I'm doing too many things online. Maybe I should just like slow down a bit. But then NFTs came to my world. I'm like, oh my goodness, like, what is this thing? Everyone wants me to get into it. I don't know because I hear crazy stories about it. But then one day, it was 2021. I was like, okay, lot of so-called digital artists are using this new technology to create their digital artwork for the world to see. And I said to myself, okay, I need to dial it in, and really invest a good chunk of my time to really understand what this is all about. So I did my due diligence. I researched, figured out why everyone's talking about NFTs and what the craze is. And one thing that through my research I realized, like, wow, actually the world of NFTs and blockchain could be very well the holy grail to something that I was seeking in my career as a digital artist, a digital content creator. And that is the fact that in my previous episodes, I mentioned about me being a digital creator, and then people would come back to me and they would ask me, oh, that's nice, I love the work, but is it hand drawn? That's one of my biggest pet peeves ever. Like, is it hand drawn? Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Brev? Like, what? But what they're really saying, these traditional, I don't know, either the institutions or people who just don't know better or are a bit ignorant, that they just only know traditional fine art with a pencil, pen, or whatever, or painting or acrylic as the true scarcity and valuation of artwork, um, and that blockchain technology is an attempt. I'm going to say is an attempt because it's still relatively new, and I think I think there's huge promise, and I think it's going to be. I'm really bullish on it, but I will say an attempt because it's in the early phases, but they're attempting to address that very issue, the bridging the gap between filling that gap where creators using digital tools for the first time can actually create a public ledger, a scarcity by the form of tokenization of their art, their creation. Now, I'm saying digital arts, but it's actually the tokenization of objects or assets applies to everything in the world. Everything. And this particularly spoke to me because this was, like I said, the holy grail of addressing this issue of is it hand drawn, aka how do I know that what you say is like a 1 of 1 or 1 of 10, because I don't know. I you can copy and paste the file many times. So how can I put a valuation or a guarantee that what I have is an original, or for example, that how do I know that this is the ultimate rare Pokemon card and no one else has it? Where's the fact? Well, blockchain is a public ledger that shows the entire world when it was created and where that this particular asset, or aka the token, has been handed off from person to person. It tracks the entire breadcrumb of all the transactions from its original source to the latest, for example, individual who holds the artwork. So that was a eureka moment. I'm digressing a lot. I'm already 10 minutes in. And I'm like, okay, I really got to get into this world of NFTs. And it was really hard. It was tough, but I felt like just like when Web 1.0 came out or Web 2.0, it was like the Wild West. Like everyone was creating this, creating that, building stuff out of the garage, just creating some cool stuff, um, and just to see what sticks. I feel this energy of like curiosity blossoming once again. Remember I told you the Flash days? It was such like making these interactive motion animated Flash world, like learn how to code and seeing the output and people could see it. I made awesome Flash websites. But that energy that I had back then, we're inspired, enthusiastic, and passion came back again in the form of the new generation, the next generation, and evolution of the World Wide Web, Web 3. So, long story short, I've been in the NFT space since 2021. So I've been through one cycle, maybe I'm now about a 1.5 now. Uh, but I want to jump to Eatverse because after launching my own NFTs and understanding how the space works, I've attended conferences. There is a very strong momentum, and I realized like now it's time. It's time to and everyone's creating their own mascots and characters and NFTs. I'm like, my goodness, like I were already thinking about this stuff before, you know, like NFTs or characters came out. I had these characters like way before, like early 2010s, and finally now, I don't know, maybe I was years ahead of, I was way ahead of the times. I think I am in some ways, but yeah. But now's the time to launch this and to figure this out. I took the steps needed to learn the space. It was tough. It was hard. It was exhausting. And I was like, oh man, like I thought I already have the digital art stuff figured out. Now this stuff's coming out. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. I got to do it. And I did. And now I'm launching Eatverse with my co-founder, Killjoy. That's his AKA, by the way. And all the knowledge that I've learned about NFTs and all the knowledge the experience I've gained from my public speaking, working with clientels, working with communities, nonprofit, for profit, all that. I could finally activate all the skill sets into this Eatverse Web3 ecosystem. And I think it's going to be great. And I'm not tied to any entity that expects an ROI, wink, wink. This is all like the modern day, out of the garage concept of creating something cool, everything new. And I'm very excited to launch this endeavor. This is a true startup in my own way. Okay. And we'll see where it goes. I don't know what's going to happen. What's going to happen? I don't know. I'm going to fail. I'm going to succeed. Doesn't matter. It's really, but I can tell you for sure, as I mentioned earlier in my previous episodes, please like and subscribe if you haven't done that, by the way. But I'm saying like it has already yielded tremendous dividends. Not in the financial way. I don't care about that. It's really about the people, the new people I'm meeting, the community that's rallying to support, engaging with like nonprofit organizations to be part of this adventure. Eat Monkey is coming alive. It's going to be part of the whole ecosystem. And I have Banana Bird. I have these stickers here. Banana Bird, Eatverse Banana Bird. Eatverse stickers. We're gonna be giving them out at the event. We have some free pizza, with the thanks to our sponsors with Pizza Dow. Also, Green Pill is gonna be helping us out with onboarding and educating first time users into the crypto space and getting their wallet set up. And we're gonna use Eatverse. We're gonna be the guinea pigs to onboard people. All these things are happening, so I'm learning about sponsorship. I'm learning about just creating some cool things and characters and meeting other people who are also just as enthusiastic to participate into this community. It just feels like it's a breath of fresh air once again. So I'm really excited, but it took some time. It took some time. I had to get off my comfy digital butt, and then to take my world and evolve it once again. So I'm already a digital creator, but I have to take it another step to really understand this new space. But yeah, so that's what I mean, trying something new. Okay, this is just my perspective. This is my everyone is different, and I'm not saying that everyone needs to embrace this technology to try something new. I'm just saying trying something new in general. Try something different. Get your feet wet. Get a little bit of uncertainty. Shake things up a bit. For me, as a digital creator, it is clear that my path is within that digital domain. So there is some familiarity, but I want to take it a step further and seeing what else is there where I could utilize my skill set for something new. Right? So try something new is great. I'm not saying to do a whole 180, but find out what your core strengths are. And then from there, you could maybe mind map it out and see, okay, well, maybe I like to try this out. Maybe I want to be a bit more on a marketing side of what I do, or I want to be more like business development on what I do, or I just want to be more proactive on certain things. And then just stick to it and develop a cadence to pursue that new venture. That's what a startup is. That's what an entrepreneur is. We basically do we basically move forward to try something different, utilizing our skills, see what sticks, what doesn't. And there's nothing wrong with trial and error. That's how we learn. We learn from our mistakes, we learn from our successes, and we keep moving. And creative entrepreneur is the same thing. It's just utilizing our creativity to find new avenues and new opportunities to reach out to new audiences and existing ones too. So it's a confluence of so many things. And I love it. Like I said, why stick to one profession? The days of sticking to one thing, okay? If you can do that, I applaud you. But today, we live in such a multifaceted, multidisciplinary industry. The crossing over between public and private, national, provincial, municipal, academia with commerce, academia with brands, artists with brands, research and artists. Like there's all this stuff happening. And I like to think that I am in that very space. So yeah, it's a very interesting times, that's for sure. And I haven't even talked about artificial intelligence yet, folks. I'm not gonna go there because I already talked a lot already. Anywho, I hope I didn't digress too much, but really, try something new, especially this day and age, folks. There's well, let's just say, the more you venture and try new things, and you'll gain tremendous experience You're not. There's nothing to worry about. What you never. It's not about failing or succeeding. It's about shaking things up, and you will probably most likely learn something new that you never thought you would. Probably a potential that you have never have thought had you not tried something new. So that's the title of this YouTube episode 22nd of the late night channel Eps. Try something new. Okay, guys, I'm going a bit overboard. 20 minutes. I am going to play Brawl Stars, and then I'm going to bed. Just joking, I'm not. Okay, good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.